exercise is a really good self-test as to how well your hamstrings function, but it's also a good exercise to create better function. And there's a couple different phases, so I'm just going to go over the initial phase slash the test just to see where you tend to create function. Now initially you want to have yourself so that you're holding onto a chair and you're slightly bent over. Okay, why we want to bend over is so that you don't involve your low back, because if you're tight in your hips, when you go to bend your knee, you'll pull yourself into this low back position, right? So what I want you to do is just slightly lean over. Make sure that you're not putting all your weight forward. You're just bending at the hips slightly, okay? And you're gonna take your one foot and you're gonna put it on the floor behind you. And you wanna make sure that your knees match, okay? So what I mean by that is don't let the knee that's bent come further forward than the knee of the leg that you're standing on, okay? And then you wanna make sure that you keep alignment, okay? So if I'm doing it from this knee, right, the alignment being the foot needs to stay lined up with this knee. So we don't want your foot out here and we don't want it out here, we want it lined up. And now when it comes to that alignment, really put yourself in front of a mirror, because you will think you're lined up and chances are you're not. Because if you do tend to use one side more than the other, you're gonna be thinking you're lined up and you're actually just helping yourself create that dysfunction over and over again with this exercise. The ideal is if you're holding here and you have a mirror in front of you, you'll be able to see where your foot comes, right? So you wanna make sure that that foot stays hidden behind this knee, because it will show up if you're there and it'll show up if you're here, okay? So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna be bent over, have that foot, that's your starting position, okay? And you're gonna lift your heel up towards your butt, again, keeping that alignment, and you wanna make sure that your foot stays relaxed, okay? And then you're gonna come back down, okay? Don't be surprised if you feel cramping back here, because as soon as you relax your foot, you'll take away that calf cheat that most of us tend to wanna create, and you'll feel like, oh my goodness, my hamstring's gonna spasm. Okay, you may, if you are creating a good position, you'll probably feel work on your standing leg. You just want to make sure that it stays slightly, or think of it being soft, not locked straight, because then you might get pain somewhere else in your leg. But if you're in an ideal situation or ideal position, you're going to feel your standing glute working, and you'll feel cramping in your hamstring. Okay, so that's kind of creating function there. So anyone with knee pain, foot pain, you'll probably struggle with being able to keep your foot relaxed and the position of where that foot aligns. Okay, and obviously you would do the same thing on the other side. That's stage one.